I remember the first day when Eric took me to them. It's not the same when you're looking at the picture and then you have it like in front of you. They were huge. It was like, oh, they're big. They're big. There are a lot of details in here. I love this. My name is Marima Bracero Rodriguez, and I'm part of the Stuart and Cynthia Katz Bronze Sculpture Internship.
My name's Eric Farrell. I am the Senior Objects Conservator here at the Mariners Museum and Park, and have been working on the conservation of the bronze doors this summer. They are a sculptural triptych showing kind of the history of the development of ship design through all of human history up until the 1930s, contemporary with the artwork, as well as mythology and navigation and just various aspects of human interaction with the water. The doors were commissioned from Herbert Adams in 1932, cast in between 1935 and 36, and were installed as the main entrance of the museum in 1936-37.
When I look at the doors, yeah, in a way, I'm like looking at the art, of course, like all the details and how the artists like do this. For example, the jellyfish, they're like so detailed, you can tell, oh, that's a jellyfish. And it's so well done with this material. There are like so many details and it's like, whoa, you look at them and you're like, maybe they're moving or something because it's so smooth, but at the same time, they're like so well done.
They are an icon of the museum. They are the symbol of the main donor society. They're a hugely important part of the museum's history. I had not looked at the construction of the doors in any great detail prior to this. A lot of walking by and going, oh, that's really nicely sculpted. But those are very nicely made in every single respect. The major thing that I always look at on a lot of metal objects is, okay, how was this made? Are there tool marks? What can I find on this to just sort of tell me as much about the person who made it and kind of how they were working as anything else? Every single thing about them was done well. That makes it like so much of a joy to work on.
If I have to say the part that I enjoyed most, I probably would say the coating part. When we were working, applying the wax and then buffing all of that, I can describe the feeling like, first, especially in the center panels, the green part, and then go clean and then apply the wax and everything, and you can see them like how they used to look back then and be able to see the results already. It was pretty awesome.
Conserving the doors like this, you are working on every single inch of them. Every part of those doors we have looked at, we have documented, we have touched with brushes, with wax. So it does let you get a much more complete idea of the composition. The doors were conserved because they are one of the most visible and beloved objects in the museum, and also one of the most exposed. Bronze is a very durable material, but it is still a metal. It will corrode when it's left outside. And we'd like to have everything kind of looking as the artist intended. We would like to make sure it's protected. We want to make sure that they continue to be available and visible for all of the future generations who visit.
Cuando miro las puertas, pues eso me da la idea de como que pensar, ok, esta es la conexión entre la historia de este barco con a lo mejor este material, para qué usaron este barco en ese momento, como que cómo la cultura hizo la conexión con ese material, con ese objeto, con ese símbolo que está representado en estas obras, en estas puertas.
The top center panel, which is probably the one that gets the least notice, I like because that is such a contemporary snapshot both of the interwar period of naval design, but also of Newport News and the shipyard and its place in history and its relationship to the museum as a result. The connection between the doors and Newport News Shipbuilding is particularly important to us. The shipyard here is a big part of the community and a big part of the community's history, and it is deeply intertwined with the museum's own history. The original building that those doors are the entrance to was built by shipyard workers during the Depression to keep people employed. The topics we cover here are deeply mixed with the shipyard. It's written on the doors as well. It's part of that language of design that is on them. The history of shipbuilding is also the history of Newport News and the history of the museum.
Al saber que personas, ¿verdad?, como los cats están tan envueltos en todo lo que está pasando aquí y que the bronze doors son uno de los objetos que ellos como que más están como atados in a way, puedo decir que it was like a bit of pressure because, again, es tan importante para ellos, para la sociedad, como también para el museo. Es un objeto como que simbólico del museo, así que me hacía, o sea, me siento feliz como que, wow, fui parte de esto, pero a mi mamá era como que, ok, hay dos personas, además de todo el museo, toda la comunidad del museo está pendiente de lo que está pasando aquí, así que I hope I'm doing a good job.
Conserving objects like this matters for a number of reasons. It is a visible commitment of our purpose as an institution. So this museum exists because of the community, because of the shipyard, because of the people that it serves. And it can't continue to serve those people if we don't care for the things that we are protecting. And conserving the bronze doors like this is just a very visible, out there example of it.
Creo que el artista como que cumplió el cometido en hacer la conexión between the doors with what it's in the museum, and you can see that from, you know, from aside, from just looking at the doors. We can be here talking about these elements, but I invite everyone to just go and see them.